I was gonna get a wig, but
You.
Oh,
Oh, I gotta send you a picture of Autumn in her wig. Are you drinking a margarita?
of course she is.
yes, I am. I'm drinking one of those standard Costco Kirkland margarita mixes that is already mixed. All you just got to do is pour it over ice in the glass.
What are
And
you drinking?
Put a little to get a smoothie. I'm on
Okay.
cleanse.
oh, I don't need a little extra tequila in it. This is just fine.
But you tried that pork. Have you tried that pork yet? The pulled pork?
Oh,
yet?
that's tomorrow. It's Friday. It's Friday
Oh,
night
that's right.
dinners. Friday night sandwiches with the pork, the pulled pork tomorrow with coleslaw and everything. Anyway, look at here,
Let's go.
y'all. Welcome
Let's go.
to this episode of Still Dope, Married at First Sight episode recap. Look at here.
Episode
What
13.
a difference a week makes. I swear to Jesus, baby black Jesus, that I thought last week was bad, but this week I'm infuriated.
So we're
Infuriated.
gonna start with Bao and Johnny then, because
Who are you mad at?
I'm mad at the network and I'm mad at the experts. And I'm glad that we're starting with Johnny and Bao because here's my thing. Look, people that have been in marriages, that have known each other for years. Oh shit, let me silence my phone. People have been in marriages or in relationships for a long time, lengthy amount of times. They got their issues, or there's like verbal abuse or physical abuse. That's that shit. But when you're dealing with people that have just met and are in new relationships, this week's episode fucked me up because Johnny is toxic as fuck. He is a verbal abuser, and the shit that he has said to her these past 2 episodes, Lifetime and Pastor Cal should have pulled the plug and said, you know what? And what's her name? Dr. Pepper should have pulled the plug and said, you know what? We're going to stop this right now. Because when I tell you verbal abuse, any type of abuse, it leaves a scar and it changes people. And I have been watching over these past couple of weeks, Bao literally trying to change her whole being just to appease this friggin' 80-pound soaking wet, unattractive motherfucker. I don't like him. And somebody should have stepped in and said, you know what? Let's just end this, Bao. You know what? For your mental health and your sanity, let's end this. We're going to let Johnny go on about his way, but we got to take care of you.
I agree with everything you said. So to just go back for everyone, this week was all about the interactions with the professionals, Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal.
Mm-hmm.
And so Johnny spoke with Dr. Pepper, which I thought he should have spoken with Pastor Cal, because I felt Pastor Cal would have really lit into his ass. I thought that Dr. Pepper was just a little bit too soft with him. As for Bao, I mean, she literally tries to speak to him like an adult. She tries to have a conversation like one adult to another, but he's still playing shoots and ladders. He's way off in the playground. He's just so immature. And she said one thing, that she said Johnny is not happy because he doesn't want to be. And right. I don't think that's any more of a truer statement than that. He just does not want to be. He wants to find conflict. He wants to be upset. He wants to find things to pick at. And I don't think it's just her. I think that's how he probably has done in all of his relationships. I honestly, sometimes you say, well, it's, 2 sides to every story. And I honestly don't think it's Bao. It absolutely is not to me. It is absolutely him. The worst fit.
Go ahead, Chris, before I jump in. I don't want to cut you off, but here's your chance. Go ahead.
Johnny's a dick.
Plain and simple.
I mean, I'm really disappointed in him. You know what I mean? Because he's so fucking afraid of he's not ready. He doesn't ever want to be married. He doesn't ever want to be married. because Bao is giving him all that she fucking can, really. And he says some, even for me, I'm like, I'm about the honesty and the truth, the difference between being honest and telling the truth. I mean, you don't always have to tell like the harshness, like you're not attractive. I'm not attracted to you. You're not this.
Wasn't attracted to you for 15 years.
He don't even take any responsibility at all for anything. It's really sad. He puts it all on her, and she's taking it too, like a fucking champ. I hope she don't take that shit anymore. Hope she doesn't take that shit anymore. Go.
He is a classic abuser. And the only reason why I put that shit out right off the rip is because I've been there. I've lived that life where I've been with someone that was verbally abusive. And when I tell you, it hits you to the core, where you're sitting there. When Bao went in to sit across from Pastor Cal, her whole demeanor, she was sunken, like she sat down and she was just like, oh, really meek. Oh, I'm the best that I can be, whatever. And I'm just like, nope. You got to end this shit right now, because it sticks with you for a lifetime. I get it. It's for a TV show. But at the end of the day, again, this is where I'm like, they should have pulled the plug, because I went through that shit in private. Mm-hmm. And it still affects me till this day, 20 something years later. She's going through this shit on national TV. And I don't want her to be tarred or scarred by that. You know what I mean? Johnny was never ready to be married. Johnny is just not a happy person. It has nothing to do with a spouse or a girlfriend or whatever. Johnny is just an unhappy person within himself. And he's looking for someone to validate and make him happy. You can't be a whole grown ass person for someone to step in and do that for you. No. And
go ahead.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
So one of the things that was so crazy was that Dr. Pepper pointed that out. You have said some really ugly things that you need to apologize for. And so after he met with her, he went to Bao. He started telling her, I apologize. And then they cut to like another scene. And she's like, those are just words. And then 2 seconds later, he was back to vindictive. As soon as she says anything that he perceives as a critique, he goes in on her. Like that conversation they were having in the bed. Mm-hmm. I still don't understand why he got upset and had to like walk off and leave. What, sir? Yeah. What happened?
Yeah, he's so tortured. He's in his own. I don't know what the fuck's going on in his head.
What is he hearing?
He's not hearing what we're hearing. That's for sure.
Listen,
She's calm. She's straightforward. She's like this. I have a problem with this. Please work. What about this? What about this? I want to be validated too. He can't do. Bao.
You're right. Act it out. Act it out, Chris. Come on, act it out.
Seriously, come on, man. Come on.
It made no sense. I kept rewinding. I rewinded 3 times to see if there was something in the conversation that I missed that she said that made him get up like the way he did.
Because he is a classic verbal abuser or basic abuser, where he's going to be he wants to tell her everything that's wrong with her. But when she is like, well,
she wasn't even criticizing him.
No, she wasn't. But the fact that she opened her mouth, it had nothing to do with criticizing him. The fact that she opened her mouth and parted her lips to speak her mind. Every time she does that, when he tells her, you notice every time he tells her, they have these conversations, he tells her his feelings. And then he sits there. And then she starts, as soon as she parts her lips, I'm telling you, I keep saying this since day one. Look at the eyes. His eyes was like, what? Like he gave it a mad side eye, like, oh no, bitch. That wasn't, I asked you what you thought, but that didn't mean to open your mouth and actually speak. He's a classic abuser. This is why his foolish ass is single. And this is why he will always be single. Johnny's got serious issues. And the fact that these 3 experts didn't pick it up while they were interviewing him and going through all of his, what is the application and all that they didn't pick up on his issues is very disturbing to me. I'm starting to feel like this is real life here. And I just don't want Bao to be in a position where she's so young and it's like this shit's going to affect her for the rest of her natural. She was always hands off and defensive, but now I think it's going to set her back like threefold.
No, I think Bao can take care of herself. I just think she really wants this right now, and she really wants the marriage to work, and she's doing everything that she can. But Bao's going to be okay. This has also taught her to be able to stand up for herself and to figure out really what she really wants, and know that she can be in a relationship and act towards something in a good, calm way, that she's not the fucking crazy one or acting out of sorts. Bao's going to be fine. Bao's going to be okay. But Johnny's whole he not only does he not want to be married to her, he's so afraid of I hate when people laugh shit off. Yeah. When they do that shit, that pisses me off. When someone fucking laughs some serious shit off,
Mm-hmm.
like it's all her fault, dude. Come on, man.
No. I don't know if he's afraid or if he's just a dick, like you said at the very beginning. He just might be an asshole.
I think it comes from fear, though.
I think he's an asshole.
I just think he's an asshole too.
Well, I think the fear is making him an asshole. I think deep down inside, how he's operating, his fear of being seen for who he really is. I think
an asshole.
Well, he's showing his full natural ass right now, so he's showing who he is.
Right. No, I think behind every dick and every asshole, there's a reason why they're an asshole and a dick. And I think the reason why he's an asshole and a dick right now is because he's so afraid of exposing by attacking her. You don't have to look at himself, and no one else gonna have to look at him because he keeps saying, "No, it's her. No, she's not being this way. No, I needed to be this motherfucker. What about you? What about you?" And even when in Sergeant Pepper and the Lonely Hearts Club Band go in there and they're like, and say, "Well, Johnny, you really need to give this a shot." And he's like, "Yeah, I give it a shot." He's like, "I'm gonna give it a shot in her ass." You know what I mean? He's like,
"Ain't gonna do nothing." Because listen, here's the thing. Again, goes back to body language. When he was sitting there all confident, and then when Dr. Pepper called his ass out and was like, "You have said some really nasty things to her." And what is it? His whole body language, he slumps over, he friggin' puts his head down, and he's just like, you could tell his face, he's annoyed. It wasn't like he was trying to listen to her or trying to make things right. He was just appeasing her. When she was like, "You got to do this. First of all, you got to apologize to her." He's like, yeah. And then he's looking at her and I'm like, your eyes are dead as fuck. Your body language is dead as fuck. And the way that he was talking to her, he's like, "Well, I'm going to try to work it out." And I'm like, dude, let's end this shit. I wish I was Dr. Pepper because I'd be like, "Look at here, Johnny. We're ending this shit right now. You sitting across from me. There's going to be no decision day for you two because I'm looking out for Bao's mental health."
They will never, ever do anything like that. They've never stepped in.
They should have. And that's why I'm very disappointed in the network and the series. And look, we do a podcast on this. This is what we do. But this episode hit me to the core because I'm like, we're dealing with people's real lives here. And that's fucked up.
But I'm with Chris too. I think Bao will be okay. I think you could see now it is starting to sting her a little bit more. I mean, I think last week you said that she's going to reach that point, and you can see it bubbling up to that where she's going to say, "You know what? Fuck you.
Fuck you, Johnny.
Fuck you."
Exactly.
And I think that she's mature enough, even though those words will still, I agree with you on that point, that they will still ring in her ears, because anytime you hear that kind of vicious verbal attack on yourself, it does stay with you. But I think she is mature enough, because she's the absolute adult in this relationship. I think she's mature enough to get past it, and I think she has learned a lot about herself in this whole process. She's very willing and able to give any man what they need and want in a marriage.
Yeah.
And at this point, I don't think Johnny, even if he like flipped it 180 next week, you don't deserve her. You don't deserve her at all.
I want Bao to be like, yo, I'm gonna find someone who wants to fuck me. So
basically,
Johnny,
and the way he tried to pretend,
she wants to have, they're not even having sex.
I know, and he was trying to pretend like, you know what, he wasn't feeling it all that time. You are such a liar. We all saw you.
Yeah, looking at her ass and saying she's fine, and when he hugged her at the volleyball thing, she was like, I don't know why fucking my husband would hug me, because he's not attracted to me or something. You know what I mean? She'll be all right. He also has proved how much of a liar and a manipulator he is.
Yeah.
He's really up there on, because even at the volleyball game afterwards, he sat there and he lied to the guys again. Yeah. Lied to them again. He's pathetic. I'm quite sure you want your percentages.
I want to know what my percentage was last week, because I'm at this point. I'm going to give them like a 10%, because I don't know where Bao's head is.
From 85, 90 to 10 now?
Yeah. And the reason why I say that is because, and I don't know what I gave them last week. Was it 85, 90?
You gave them a 95 last week.
Yeah, I give them a 10. Because I'm really going to need. I fucking.
You like the weather in California when between it's 85 degrees here and at night it's 55.
I know.
Difference between 30 degrees in one night.
Yes, because I'm that bitch. Hey, listen, I'm going down to a 10 because I am not. No, I just. And the only reason why I'm giving them a 10 instead of a 0 and not making it to decision day is because of Bao. I think Bao is going to want to stick this out to the end and try to make it work as much as she can to get to decision day. And I think at decision day, he's going to be like, nah, I'm good. Or I hope she goes in on his ass and waits till decision day and says, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, bitch, I'm out. I want her to humiliate him.
I think that they'll get to the couch. I think that they'll get to the couch, but I don't think Bao is going to say yes. I don't think she'll say yes. I'm going to give that for her to say. So are we doing getting to the couch or just saying yes or no at the couch?
I'm saying to the couch, yes or no. I'm giving them 10% if they make it to the couch.
Everyone's going to make it to the couch.
Yeah, I think
I don't think so.
So for me, I'm gonna say I think that everybody's gonna make it for the couch. So I know that they're gonna make it to the couch. I feel that, but I feel like there's a 60% chance that Bao is gonna say no. Okay. And I'm just gonna go with 60. I don't give a fuck what he says.
Yeah, I'm giving them a 10.
You're down to what? 40?
Last week I had given them I gave them a 53 last week. So I only went, I'm at 60 now.
Oh, you're going up? You
said because I think
60% that you would say no, which means 40% saying yes.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I'm going down. I gotta change that.
Them motherfuckers got a 10 for me.
I'm gonna go down to 40. I got a little confused on that. Y'all know my days have been long.
I know.
So I think that Johnny and Bao, I don't know why I said it like that, but
I can't with you.
I think that she is still at 60. She's still at 70, 75%. And he is at 40%. So I give them overall a 65%. I still think they're going to make it. I still think they're going to make it without bumps, but I think it's 65% on the positive side that they are going to make it because there's too much strength between the two of them in terms of, you want to say that culture or whatever, it's on the other. She's got to really, it's the fact that he doesn't respect her.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
He doesn't respect her, and he doesn't respect the fact of the work that she's doing in the relationship.
He doesn't.
He's going to find a motherfucker that's going to work as hard as Bao in a relationship. And he's going to find someone who's imperfect is not what he wants. And she's still not going to be able to work that hard. I'm telling you, he's going to fucking have a realization. I think it's also manipulation from Lifetime. We're being manipulated. We're being manipulated to think it's, remember, they set us up for this way. They set us up for 95, 85, 95. Oh, Rocky. And now, oh, fucking Johnny's a dick. Oh, wow, he's been really a dick. Oh, man, Bo is, oh, no, Val's right. But I think it's going to trend back up again. I think it's going to get back up again. So I'm going to say 65. Okay. They're going to make it.
I don't think
But Bao needs to step up and be like, look, motherfucker, do you want this pussy or not? I don't know if she
I think he has serious character flaws.
Yes, I agree.
He doesn't respect her. But I think he needs to be handled too. I think he needs a stronger woman than him and say, no, you're not doing that shit. You're going to get over here and do this, that, and the other, and this, that, and the other. I'm telling you, if Bao steps up her game in terms of her, if she can, I don't know if she can to overcome, but he needs to be like, shut the fuck up, Johnny, and get over here and suck this pussy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like,
and he'd be like, what are you talking about? I'm not going to shut up and do this. He's like, because when he talks to Pepper and he's convinced and he's like, yeah.
But he's lying when he's doing that. That's the thing with him. He's a liar. And there's nothing worse than being married to somebody who lies.
Yeah.
For no reasons.
Yeah. Because although, Chris, I was kind of agreeing with you for a minute on that. She needs to step up and be a little bit more forceful. But even in her most timid moments, when she's just having a normal conversation with him, he blows the fuck up. And he said to her, remember, he said in this episode, you don't want me to get to that point where I lose it. Basically, that was a threat. That's what I took from him.
That's how I took it.
Threat, where he was like, he said that to her. He's like, because basically,
did.
We're laying in the bed and she's talking to him calmly. And he got all, his face turned, his eyes shifted. And I was like, see, there's something off with him. And he went and got up out of bed. She's like, what are you doing? I'm just having a simple conversation with him. He's like, I don't even know what to do with you. And you know what? I don't want to be put in that position where I get to the point where I lose it, because I'll say some things that I'll never be able to take back. And I'm saying to myself, you already got it all fixed in your head that you're about to say some simple shit to her.
What it's coming down to is Johnny is a fucking diva.
He's not a diva. He's a sociopath. I'm sorry. Johnny is a sociopath.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
He's a diva in his own way, that everything revolves around him. And whatever he says goes, and you don't want to see me like this, get this done. She needs to be like, instead of calming, well, look how we do this, that, and the other, she needs to be like, you know what? Fine, have a fucking tantrum. I'm going to fucking go. I'm not working on this shit anymore. I'm fucking out of here. You're a fucking dick, and you're an asshole. If she can do that, he'll be like, what? How dare you talk to me like that? Fuck you, Johnny. And then she fucking jets. She's like, I'm done. Because she's getting to that point. She's not calm, she's like, well, I'm working, and there's going to be a breaking point where she's going to be like, you know what, motherfucker? I just want her to get to that point and be like, I'm not working anymore because you don't want to work on shit. And I want him or her at the couch to be like, you don't deserve this fucking Vietnamese poontang. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it with this cute little ass that you like. You don't deserve it. Go find your little whatever. All right, let's go to the next one.
I just want to say again.
Go ahead.
As we close out on them, I'm more with Tanya that he's a sociopath because I don't care how she comes for him. It's his inner demons. It's his character. It's who he is as a person. And he's a liar, a manipulator, and
he's a liar.
yeah, that's the part that takes me over because I feel like whatever if she comes at him, to me, he'd be happy with that narrative to be like, this is what she did, and he'll make her into this big devil and be able to walk away freely and blame it all on her.
I agree.
He has issues.
I agree.
Let's move on to somebody else.
Oh.
The next couple was actually the surprise couple of the whole season, Merla and Gil.
Fuck that bitch.
Merla showed up to her interview drunk as a motherfucking skunk, and I loved every bit of it. She was all like giddy with her bodysuit with her ass hanging out. She's like, get again. I'm like, oh God, is Merla drunk? 25-cent martinis. Where the fuck can I find 25-cent margaritas? I mean, martinis. Margaritas. Did you hear that?
I mean, before we even go into them, I will say that last week, 92, 95, 95. Chris, you gave her 92.
I'm sticking with them at 95.
I'm sticking with that 95 too.
I will say to them 94.
90.
I'll go up 2 more. The only reason why I don't say, I mean, it's obviously not perfect because Gil still has this much reservation, but he's in it. They're both fucking in it. She, not surprisingly, but she
surprised me.
She really loves that motherfucker. She really loves him. She realizes that he's the only motherfucker that could fucking deal with her. She knows that now. She's like, but he's still kind of like, yeah, bitch, I want to be in this, but once she starts fucking him, then it's gonna close the deal. He'll be fine.
I don't know about all that. I think that in the beginning, of course, first impressions are lasting impressions. We were like, who the fuck is this bitch? Who the fuck does she think that she is? She got a good man right here. But I think it's time. I think with Merla had her defenses up, and I think Merla's issue was she didn't really want her business in them streets. Again, don't go on a reality show or be on TV if you don't want your business in them streets. But I think that she really loves him, but I think she really loves him. And I think that she's really like opening up to him, but doesn't want to make it public. Like she's giving us Lifetime and the show as much as she wants to give us. I was happy that Gil, when he was talking to, was it Pastor Cal? Yeah, Pastor Cal, when he was talking about her negativity. I'm glad that he brought that up because that, I think if they can work on that, or if she's willing to work on that with him, I think they're good. And when they had their conversation afterwards, she was kind of, idiotic about it, but she kind of like they had a breakthrough. So I'm hoping after this episode, I'm sticking with my 95 or whatever I said, because I really think that she truly loves him. And I think that if they say that they're going to stay married, barring on anything that happens in these next couple of weeks with them two, they're going to stay married on decision day. And I think once the cameras are gone, she is going to open up and be like, you know what? It's me and you now. We're by ourselves. I'm going to suck your dick. And
I still don't like how
like porn stars.
I still think she's cocky. That
I think so too.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about her. That she's like, oh, whatever. And we're going to stay together. Of course you're going to stay together. I mean, why wouldn't you? That's her attitude of like, oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, I know you love me and you want to be with me. And I want him to at least, and I like that he does it every night. He's not afraid to say some shit to her that he needs to say. And he said that. But I want her to feel that you might lose this motherfucker if you keep acting like this. You might lose him. So
you don't think she felt a little bit of that when she was talking to Dr. Pepper?
Yes. She's becoming more and more aware of that. But she's still got that. She's still not that. To him, She's not like, yes, I'm in it. I'm with you. I love you. That kind of thing. She's still kind of like, she said it to Dr. Pepper. You know what I mean? She was like, I really, but she can't say that to him yet because she's worried about losing her power, I think.
Right.
And she doesn't want to lose her power because that's her whole thing is power, control of like, meh, 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 meh. And I want him to be like, no, motherfucker, you cannot come with that fucking bullshit of not giving me affection. Because he's like, this is what you need to do. When you're standoffish, you need to give me a fucking hug or this and the other. She's like, okay, now let's see if she does it. But she still has a cocky attitude about it.
She doesn't want to let her guard down. I wouldn't say it's cockiness. I would say that she just doesn't want to let her guard down.
Yeah, they've been married for fucking 6 weeks. Let your goddamn guard down, bitch.
Oh, well, damn, Chris, that's a little harsh. Damn.
No, because she still has an attitude. She still has an attitude. I don't like none of the other people haven't, but like, if you're really going to be in this project, if you're really going to be in this wedding, you got to give it your all and like open up and be like, okay, this is who I am. I don't like this. Even though she's breaking down a little bit, she still has like you want to be with me. I'm the shit. I'm this and that. I'm like, because even when Dr. Pepper said, you've gone through all this stuff and you deserve this. She's like, yeah, I do. And I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't.
I was surprised when Dr. Pepper asked her what she would ask her husband to, like, I guess, improve their marriage or what he needed. No, she said she would ask him what he needed from her, which is selfless compared to what we've seen before, because I would have thought she would have said, I need him to do X, Y, and Z, where she was more like, I want to know what I can do for him to make him stay in the marriage.
Agreed.
So I feel like she has, I'm looking at Chris's
She
face.
knows, like she's
grown.
She's realized she's got some shit to deal with. So that I agree with you, Shahida, on that. When she's like, I just want to know what I can do for him to make him stay in this marriage. Don't think she's not remiss on what she's doing and how she's acting.
And how she's coming across. I think because the negativity will be the thing that makes him walk away.
Yes.
Yeah. Because nobody wants to be all excited and in a good mood. And then you have to guard because somebody's nitpicking at every single thing.
They showed it 3 times. The times that she was like, oh, and then she's like, yeah.
Boner killer. Like he said, Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
Boner killer. Like you're so excited, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Man, I want to do that."
It's not
it's
cute. Like, I think she thinks it's cute.
Yeah, ain't cute.
But it's not cute. And I hope when she goes back and she watches this season and she sees how she comes across, I hope that even reinforces her to say, you know what, I really want to change. I really want to make this person happy. You don't want to make him unhappy by constantly shitting on everything that he wants to do or say.
Right. But I think I agree with you on that one, Shahida, and then we can move on. I think she's going to need to see it.
Yeah.
And then if they're still together and then they watch it back, I think that's going to be her breaking point where she's like, you know what, I'm good. Because he is a good dude. And we don't ask for much. And I think that, and she's already softening to the point where she's walking the dog, picking up the dog slobber, and has said to him, let's get another dog. Like, I would like another little small dog. I think she's loosening up her reins. So I'm going to stick with my 90. What did I say, 95 last week? I'm going to stick with my 95 from last week. Chris, I know you can't stand her, but damn.
But he gave her a 94. Or gave them a 94. I gave them. I'm sorry.
There's a big difference.
I'm sorry.
I gave them both a 95. I'm sorry. I'm going off of the couples. Yeah.
She's the worst.
So the next couple up was Michaela and Zach. Damn, got quiet.
I'm like, I don't even know how to start this. Who wants to take that lead on that one?
I will start then.
Go ahead, please.
Zach has a way of ruining shit. And I'm not saying that Michaela is in the right in anything. Her behavior is so sickening. She does not deserve to be with anyone. But Zach has a way of just ruining shit. Like he said, they had a great day doing the volleyball thing. And then I'm very sure that he brought up, if today was decision day, what would you say? And then he said no first, which prompted her to say no first, which also prompted her to get in her feelings. And then which prompted her to say, you know what? We're not going to sleep in the same bed. And then I'm going to pack up my shit and leave the next day. It started because Zach doesn't know how to pace shit. And I guess that's a young thing, but you just talked to the professionals. He talked to who? Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
And had the breakdown, which we all knew he was going to have. Again, we all said last week that, the next breakdown would be coming from him. And he doesn't know how to pace the relationship. So he wants this fairy tale, but then in the same time, he wants her to know that she's not living up to his expectations.
Let me just say this. Again, oh my God, I need to trademark body language, like hashtag body language. She is like Brett. When she was speaking with Pastor Cal, her eyes were dead. Her body language was dead. She's looking at Pastor Cal like, motherfucker, what the fuck are you talking about? He was bringing up shit and she's just like, what? Like she looked so dazed and confused and so checked out. Like she was just sitting there. Like, let me just do this shit because it's married at first sight and I got to do these obligations. So I'm going to sit here, cross my fucking feet, listen to this motherfucker tell me what I need to do and ask me questions. And I'm just going to sit there. Her face the whole time was like, huh? What? Oh? Huh?
Yeah. They're both clueless.
She looked so clueless, and she looked uninterested. It wasn't clueless. She just looked uninterested, non-caring, and unemotional with regards to what Pastor Cal was saying. She has checked out. She's done. Look, they had this conversation when they were at the restaurant a couple of weeks ago. If today was decision day, what would you say? And no. All right, we've had this conversation. So this wasn't nothing new to her. So now that let's fast forward to the volleyball. And what does she do? She pulls a fucking Merla. And as soon as she's standing there in the sand and they hit the ball to her and she's like, and the ball hits and like flops in front of her. And they're like, honey, why didn't you hit the ball? And she's like, oh, I'm supposed to hit that? I'm just going to be a cheerleader.
No, she was playing the game. I just think she wasn't expecting the ball to come to her. I don't think that at that time.
She literally turned that ball hitting the ground where she was. She's like, oh no, I ain't playing this. I'm good. I'm playing cheerleader. I didn't see that.
She was playing. The whole game she played. The only one who didn't was Bao.
Yeah, no. I just think that she is just toxic. She's another one like Johnny. She should have never been allowed to be on this show and involve herself with someone else when she's got all these issues. That bitch is crazy. I'm sorry. She's crazy, and I still give them a 0, and I still give them after probably I don't know what next week episodes bring, but I'm going to say we're getting close to the edge, and I'm going to say probably next week is going to be the week that they're done. They ain't moving it to the fucking couch.
I agree that Zach has some communication issues, I would say, some challenges, so to speak. But I honestly do believe he's at least trying to see what's going on and if there's a future. I feel, even though I do feel like he's at least going through the process of, okay, I may be wrong about that. I made a mistake about this. Let me try this and the other. But she's straight up fucking nuts to me.
I think to all three of us.
Now, his whole video cam thing of like, I'm with him 100% on that. She's like, well, if you're gonna, it's her whole hurt of being not, well, this is the only control she has. So no, I don't think we should sleep in the same bed together. With a smile on her face. Not that she's upset. She didn't act like she was upset because she doesn't want to show she's upset anymore.
Right.
She just wants to act like nothing. No, I don't think, no, it's not a good idea. Kind of the same way she acted when they were salsa dancing, and she's sitting there, no, it's fine. I had fun. The same thing. She's so afraid of being, because she'll go over the top with the emotions. She'll be like, and she doesn't want to be seen as crazy, but she's acting crazy when she's not trying to be crazy. So the fact that she took the spices, come on, girl.
How you gonna take the seasoning salt? How you gonna roll out big Lowry's?
Petty. She's like, I'm taking, you can't have anything. I'm taking everything. Just because he doesn't want to. If you just sleep in the same bed, be mad at him, fine. Turn your back on him, fine. In the same bed. The same bed. You're married now. You're married. Act like you're married. You're going to be mad at each other a lot of the times. You're going to hate each other a lot of the times. But stay in the same bed. Sleep in the same bed. Especially when he's like, look, I'm trying this. Yes, I said no because I know you do shit like this. Because of this. This is why I'm saying no. Because you do shit like this.
And then
but he should not have left. He should not have left the home.
He should not have.
Why not? I would have left. I ain't mad at him one bit for leaving. Nah.
Again, but I'm just saying that lack of immaturity on his, that lack of maturity on his part and tapered with hers, it was just a tit for tat move. Okay, exactly. Well, you're saying that you don't want to sleep in the same bed, then I'm not going to sleep in the same house because what's the point? But you're both married to each other. And I'm not finished.
Go ahead, honey.
But you're both married to each other and you made a commitment to work. This is the second or third time that he's walked out. This is the second or third time she's packed up her stuff and left. Both of them, to me, exhibit the same type, same type of maturity, except that she's crazy.
Yes.
That she is volatile and she goes above and beyond. But he's, like I said, he's just as bad. He's just not on her level of crazy. He does try, I think, but I feel like part of him has checked out as well.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
He shouldn't have left. You're right. I don't blame him for leaving.
I don't either.
But if he wanted to be in this, if he really wanted to be in this marriage, he should have been like, my fucking wife is fucking crazy. Let me just stay here and make her feel comforted that I'm not going anywhere physically. Because last time I did this, she fucking had a conniption. Let me learn from my mistakes. Let me go and just stay here on the couch or whatever. And
then I know she has abandonment issues.
Yes. He can't see that yet. He can't. Well, he should be.
He said it. I mean, you should be able to see it by now.
So I understand why he left and I get why he left. Mm-hmm. But if he really wanted to really stay in it, he should have stayed even if he didn't want to. And he had every reason to leave. To help him, if he really wants to get to her, but she's crazy.
That bitch is fucking crazy.
And just like Johnny too, all this walking out, all this leaving, don't get married. You're doing single people shit. It's doing single people shit that can be like, you know what? I can get up and go and stay at my own house. I can get up and, just leave because we had an argument over, what we're going to watch on TV and just leave. I know it's like, I'm downplaying it, but I'm just saying all that getting up and leaving. No, you're not committed. You're not committed, especially if you're only 3 months in, not even 3 months in.
I think he was starting to like her a little bit more.
He was.
And trying to get to her. And they're making progress. And his whole point of, you think this is progress if we're not going to sleep in the same bed? Don't you see where we're going?
He had an excellent point.
We're still trending towards yes. So give me a. And she was like, no.
And then she just went off of her feelings. Like her feelings were hurt because he said no. That if he had to pick for today, which is, I just don't understand why they had that fucking conversation after having a good day. I mean,
and again, if you are so hell bent on, like she kept saying, just go. He's trying to conversate with her. Just get out. Just go. And then as soon as he leaves, she sends him that fucking diatribe of a text. Oh, you just up and left when I didn't want you to. Well, fuck you, bitch. I'm not a fucking mind reader. You need to tell me that you want me to stay and let's work this shit out.
That means that she'd be vulnerable. She can't do it.
Well, then don't fucking text me with that bullshit.
Yeah, but
don't text me with that bullshit.
She just can't be vulnerable.
I would have left. I was all Team Zach when he was like, if this is how you're going to be, I'm going to go home because I'm not going to sleep on the couch. I'm not going to sleep in another room. Like he said to his brothers, I'd much rather sleep on my mattress that is a good one and comfortable in my own home. I was all Team Zach on that one.
I can't on that one, but
and I give them.
If you're going to be in the marriage, if you're going to be in the marriage, if you're going to make the choice to be in the marriage, you got to do the things you don't want to do. You got to compromise, and you got to
You can't be walking out.
You got to be vulnerable. You got to if you're willing to stay.
I get why he walked out. I might have. When I was younger, I would have walked out too. Look, I got in a fight with my girlfriend when I was 20, 26 or something, and we got an argument and thing. And I'm like, well, you can walk home. You don't have to, you don't have to be drive with me if you don't like where I'm driving this and the other. She's like, fine. I was like, fine. So she got out the car and I drove home. Drove home. And she's
Shahida,
like, I had one of those too.
Shahida, you'll appreciate this one because we grew up together in high school. When I was dating who I was dating in high school, remember Cambridge Side Galleria, and you knew where I lived at the time in my mama's house in Dorchester from the Cambridge Side Galleria. We had a fight inside the Cambridge Side Galleria at the Sunglass Hut. That was when the Sunglass Hut first opened up. And I literally took a pair of Gucci glasses and slammed them on the ground and walked the fuck out. We just had some words, and I was just like, I did a Michaela. I had a fucking meltdown, and I was like, fuck you, and slammed like glasses down and walked out and walked home from the Cambridge Side Galleria to my
mother's house. On a bus?
I did not get on a bus. I was so upset, Shahida, and was my pressure was so up at fucking 17 years old, whatever. But I was so hyped and was so upset that I was like, and it was the weekend of the Caribbean Festival in August. It was in August, the Caribbean Festival at Franklin Park. So I walked from the Cambridge Side Galleria across the Mass Ave Bridge, all the way up Mass Ave, up Tremont, all the way up to Seaver Street, walked my ass home during the fucking height of the Caribbean Festival. It took me 6 hours to walk home.
Why didn't you take a bus or the train or something?
Because I was too hyped. I was like, you know what? I just want to walk. And I knew
that 10 miles I'd have been less hyped.
Yeah, I mean, and
he had a car, and I knew that he was going to be following me and trying to figure out. So I was ducking and weaving. I was in the street. I was
you could have ducked and weaved on the subway.
I was ducking and weaving on some side street over by Northeastern. I'm like, oh, he don't know. He ain't going to know how to find me over here. I'm like, boom, I'm going over this way. And I'd see him. I kept seeing him. Driving. He had this little square Nissan Sentra and shit back in the day. And I was like, there he goes. He's finding. He's trying to search me out. And I would hide. And then I'd be like, okay, he gone up the street. And I stopped walking. Power. Thank God I had on sneakers. Girl, 6+ hours for me to get home. And when I got home, my mother was like, bitch, where the hell you been? I'm like, oh, I just went to the mall, sweating and shit. I went in the house. I was like, oh, I need a shower.
That was a Michaela move. That was crazy.
Oh, yeah, I was so crazy. I did that Michaela crazy shit back then.
Last week, of course, you sticking with your 0. Chris was at 40. I was at 30. I'm going down to 20.
I'm sticking with 0. And I think that I don't know what's slated for next week, but I think they ain't making it to the couch. I think her crazy is gonna come out, or he gonna say some shit, or he's just gonna be like,
Full
I'm not coming out.
disclosure, I saw the previews.
Oh, you did? I don't watch it. As soon as it says
So I'm not saying
I turn
anything
it off.
about the what happened in the previews, but it is their weekend getaway thing. That's
so you know that's gonna be good. So it might be not just them; it might be several other people that don't make it.
I think that's coming because I think that happened on the weekend getaway.
I mean, roll up my sleeves. There might be more than just them that ain't gonna make it out that weekend retreat. God damn it!
I'm gonna give them I gave them a 40 last time.
You gave you did.
I'll give them a 32. 32. I think she wants it really badly still. She really, really wants it badly. I think she does. She just does. She's scared. She wants, if he had said yes, I see us making it, she'd have said yes.
Would have been, yeah.
And then
that comes down to maturity. Why can't you ever be the leader in something? It always has to, your whole life is basically reacting to what other people say and do. So if they're positive, then you'll be super positive. But if there's some negative or criticism, then you lose your shit.
She's protecting herself. That's all it is. Protecting her heart. She's protecting herself. It's an immature way of protecting yourself by doing that.
I get your point.
She just can't. She cannot get beyond herself. Like even the salsa. Even that's a perfect example of the salsa dancing when she was like, "No, it's fine." She just cannot be vulnerable to be like, "No, I want to do this," or she can't do it because she knows that she's unstable enough where she's gonna go bananas if she opens up. So she's trying to close it down like a dike. If you open up the fucking dike and you pull the finger out.
You said dike and I thought something else. I'm like,
no. We're not talking LGBT.
That's a whole nother show.
Reservoir. So yeah. Who we got next? We got two boring ones.
Let's just bang these two out real quick. Let's just go to Brett and Ryan.
Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
And Brett is a punk ass bitch. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. Brett
I
is
agree.
A punk ass bitch.
And
what did fucking Pastor Cal say to her? You need to go to him and sit down and say, when did the fuck did you check out? Well, he didn't say that. When the hell did you check out of this marriage? And she couldn't do it. And I'm saying to myself, you ain't even, did they fuck?
No.
So that's what I'm saying. Why would you not put that out there? Like, I can see if
she knows she doesn't want to hear it. That means, and I'm glad you said it because literally in my note, all I said was, did she just ignore what Pastor Cal told her to do?
Yeah.
Like it's like she was like sugarcoating it, and he was like sitting there, and I'm saying to myself, he's never going to open up.
She swerved all around that. She did not even come.
And not only did she swerve all around that, she was the one that planned that whole volleyball tournament thing. I'm like, bitch, if I know this man that I'm with, I know for a fact that he does not want to be with me. I'm not his type. He may like me as a friend. That's great. But I'm just not his type. Do you really think I'm going to plan all these activities to try to get him in the mood?
Show too.
No.
It's part of the show. It's part of the show. That's part of the show.
I mean, and that would have been, even if it wasn't part of the show, that would be something she should do as a wife. If she wants to make a connection, that's building memories, having fun with friends. So that is something that she should do if she's trying to win her husband. But did you guys notice when they did the honeymoon video and he was telling her how he was so glad that they picked her for him?
Yeah,
he's such a robot. There was no emotion even then, and she said everything was perfect then. I'm like, maybe it was, but
because he was still in interview mode. When he was going through the interview process in the show, all this motherfucker wanted to do was he was like, Zach, all I want to do is make cheesecake and be married and come home to a wife and some children. Now he got what he got, and he's not happy with it.
He's fucking someone else.
Thank you.
Think
He's
so?
back with his bitch, and his
sister
said it in so
said
many words.
She did allude.
Sister said he may be distracted, which means
She knows something.
Girl, it's not you. He's fucking somebody else, and he should be with that girl or fucking that girl, and not you, because he just isn't into you. I hate to break it down to you. He's just distracted. That's what she was trying to tell him in so many words.
Mhm.
And women speak. I don't speak women speak, but I can recognize it sometimes when women speak to each other saying he's just distracted. No. She took that as distracted. What is that? I wonder what that means. That means he's fucking someone else, woman, or he's interested in someone else, because he did switch up on it. He switched up on not trying at all. And remember, he went home for 3 days or whatever. Don't you think?
Did we not talk about that when he went home for 3 days? And I was like, he's with some.
He called Tallulah up and said, "Hey, why don't you get your little Dallas Cowboy cheerleading pants? Come over here, your little outfit, and your little blonde little thing. Come here, come over here, and let's play big football player and little cheerleader."
Mm-hmm.
That's what he did. Because he's like, no, because right now I'm married to a linebacker, and
a dirty linebacker. Listen, don't get it twisted. I'm with him on the fact that that's a nasty bitch. Like, you don't pick. How the fuck do you not pick up after yourself?
All over the place.
All over. It ain't just the bathroom. It's the bedroom, the living room, the bathroom, the laundry room. You name it. She's a fucking slob. I can't live with people like that. That shit would fuck me up. I'd be like, nah. Mm-mm.
And I wonder if he brought it up to her at all, because that's something I would definitely say. You got to let somebody know how you like your living space. I understand. I mean, it's not like you have your own closet where you can do whatever you want, because I know they don't have that big enough space, but you can't have the bathroom looking like that when other people have to come in afterwards.
Listen, I don't give a shit if you have your own closet. I have my own closet. You have your own bathroom. I have my own bathroom. I don't give a shit. What you ain't gonna do is have your shit strewn all over the place. It's one thing to throw a couple of socks down, or like when you come in the house, from work or what have you, and you just take your shit off and you want to go jump in the shower. That's fine. But you can't have a whole month's worth of shit all over the place. I have a problem with that. Even if it's in a bathroom or a closet that I don't have my shit in, I have a problem with. That's problematic.
If it's in her space or that person's space and I don't have to see it, I don't have a problem. I don't want it in the bedroom where we commingle. I don't want it in the, I don't want it in our common living area. But if you have your own closet and your bathroom, that's you.
But it's still your living area, because when I was married,
not my living area.
It is because when I was married, I had my own closet and bathroom.
Okay, you have your own closet in your own bathroom. Is that for anybody else?
Yeah, but who's gonna clean it? Because when I was married, I had my own closet and my own bathroom. He had his own closet and his own bathroom.
Oh, I'm not cleaning it.
But guess who had to clean it?
That's on him.
I had to, because he was a pig, and I am of that person. Like, first of all, especially with bathrooms and everything, I'm like, you ain't breeding no bugs up in here. I ain't no, I ain't trying to have this shit. So I would have to clean that.
No, I wouldn't.
I'm not cleaning it. I can't be with somebody that isn't. It's one thing, we could be lazy. Like, we just had our podcast not too long ago where, my king size bed, I got my man side of the king size bed is my room for my snacks, my clothes, my books, everything. But I clean up after myself. I can't walk into a bathroom or a closet of a significant other that's your closet and that shit's all over the floor. I would lose my shit. Oh, please.
But back to Brett. I feel about Brett the same way I felt about Paige. I don't care. Mm-hmm. You like it, I love it. You don't want to speak up for yourself? That's on you. You want to settle for this, non-romantic person who makes you feel like shit every single day? Do you, boo? Because you had the opportunity to speak up for yourself. You actually told Pastor Cal that, okay, I will do that. And then when you was approached with it, you walked away from it. So you know what, Brett, you get what you get.
Yeah.
And if he's cheating on you, so what?
So what? And guess what? Your sister-in-law told you in so many words, but it wasn't her responsibility to really tell you and spill the tea. But she told her in so many words, let that motherfucker go, because he's obsessed with somebody else, his ex-girl or some other bitch that he was talking to before he married you. And now he's back. And now she's like, because we know how people are. Now that he's married, she's probably like, oh, well, what about us? Yeah, no. So I give them a 0 too. I'm sticking to my 0, and I don't think they'll
give
make
him
it
a
to
0
couch.
last time.
I don't think they'll make it to the couch.
Chris, you gave them what last time? 15, and I gave him a 20.
I'll say 8%.
8.
I'm gonna stick with, what did I say 20? I did say 20. I'm gonna stick with the 20.
20. You really think there's a chance
Are
for
you
them to
shitting
make it?
me?
Because she's fucking stupid. Yeah, I think there's a chance that they will make it to the couch. 20%, yeah.
Oh my Jesus. Oh,
I don't see him giving. I mean, and then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna really put some more effort into it. He's gonna put enough effort to get to the couch, but I don't think that. I believe that she would say yes. I don't believe that she has enough not to say yes.
Ooh.
I don't believe she's strong enough.
Well, not after last night's episode. She proved it.
Or any other episode. Every episode, she has kind of fallen to what he says. All she does is she's just a whiner. I know he doesn't want me. She sees it plain and clear. She doesn't want to accept it.
Yeah.
So I'm sticking with that 20.
All right. Let's go. Look, we done.
Jose and Rachel.
Now we gonna end this shit on fucking Jose and Rachel.
I was very surprised at Rachel.
I'm not.
And I thought that she was stronger than that. She really wants him. She really wants him.
No, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Okay. I ain't got nothing to say about Jose and Rachel. Jose's another verbal abuser, but I mean, he had his one time.
And a liar.
Oh, he's
Jose
a liar.
is just, I think Jose is a complete fraud. And
the way he came in, everything's great, and the smiling, and he was like he's a car salesman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there was no feeling behind those words.
No. And again, body language. When Dr. Pepper was talking to him and was calling him out, his face got all tight, just like, well, he didn't drop his head like Johnny, but his face got all tight, and he was giving her that look like, bitch. Like, and I wrote her, he'd have slapped the shit out of her.
That he should have been with Pastor Cal as well. Him and Johnny needed to be with Pastor Cal because they needed male energy to put them in their places.
I agree. I think all of the men, it should have been reversed. All of the men should have been with Pastor Cal, and all of the women should have been with Dr. Pepper, or a combination of Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal, because that shit. I'm sorry, with Lifetime, y'all got me fucked up.
I felt when Dr. Pepper had tried to approach him about his temper and how she didn't go in at all. She let him skate with that dumb reason about locking her out, and just she didn't try to make him go deeper of why he did that, or even expose himself to a point. And then when he was saying,
or the fact that she didn't fucking get in his guts.
No, we knew she wouldn't, but that's why I said they needed Dr.
Like, how do you lock your wife out the house? Like, we all of America saw his pettiness and his bitch assness, and he purposely walked. He wasn't sleepwalking. He walked his ass with full effort to the door. Like, bitch, you want to walk out? I'm going to shut the fucking door and I'm going to deadbolt the deadlock. Bitch, you ain't coming back in here tonight. You went and had a good night's sleep. Fuck him.
Another thing I didn't like about Dr. Pepper is that he was saying that he wants to be the provider and he wants to make his wife happy and be almost like her hero. But you don't even want to do the basic things for her. You want to do what you want to do. You don't want to do any of the things that she has said has made her happy. So it's only, I want to make her happy on my terms and what I deem happiness should be, not her version of happiness.
You're right on. That's
and
right
on.
That's right on.
Yeah, and Dr. Pepper let that skate on by. She said nothing.
Mm-hmm. Controller.
I just don't like him. I think he's
there's nothing.
I don't like him at all.
I'm not a fan of his at all.
No.
And her, she just doesn't know anybody. She just wants to be married and love.
She said she wanted to be married to him, which shocked me.
Mm-hmm. He's the one. Remember when she said that shit? I almost shit my pants at 4 o'clock this morning. She's like, he's it for me. I was like, I'm sorry, what?
He could be putting it down.
That's probably it. She's like digmatized because what else?
I mean, really, Chris?
Look
how she's behaving.
To her,
digmatized.
Yeah, I get it, the digmatized thing, but I'm like,
if she came back after,
we really hit that shit that hard.
Remember, he said, "Well, then get the fuck out. Do you need help with your stuff?" Do you remember that?
Well, I thought he was just being a queen at that moment, being a whole.
No, for her to come back from that and be like, remember, I don't love him. I don't love him. I don't love him. Now she's like, I love him.
Yeah. I don't know if she's doing it. I don't know if it's digmatized. I think it's because she's just like, I want to just be. She's just found someone and she just wants to be married.
There's got to be something we don't know, because if we see what we see, there's no reason why she's the way he treats her. The way he's manipulative, the way he won't let her travel, the way he cuts her down, her car, her finances, all that shit. And she's still like, okay.
And remember, she said, he makes me feel loved. Where?
Yeah, where?
So it got to be, he turns it on or turns it up when
maybe he's got a hell of a tongue.
Something's going on.
He's got a hell of a tongue. Or both. Either he's got a fucking big dick ass and he's popping her back out, or he is licking her ass to the core. And I ain't mad at her if that's the case, because
I was really disappointed in how
something's going on.
She just let it all go. I mean, I thought that she would be more vulnerable with Pastor Cal and tell him how hurt and. Nope, she was like, she was happy. And even after she said he's vindictive.
Yeah.
Vindictive is a strong word.
She said vindictive.
Key word.
He's vindictive. And
he beats the pussy up. Oh, Jesus.
So I give them a.
What did I say? What did I say for them last week?
You gave them a 50. I gave them a 30, and Chris, you gave them an 81.
I'm
on the roll.
I'm going to give them. I'm going to put them. If there's 2 couples that are going to survive this, it's going to be Gil and Merla
and Zach and Michaela.
And what's her name? Jose and Rachel. I'm going to give Jose and Rachel. I'm going to give them like a 7-day.
You are so all over with you.
I am. My emotion. It's like I have an emotional roller coaster, and why? And you know why? Because I don't like to let my guards down, and I don't like to be vulnerable, and I don't like that shit.
I gave them a 30 last. I'm gonna go with friggin' 82.
You all motherfuckers are so funny.
82.
You gotta stay at least consistent a little bit.
No, I'm just going.
You know why? But remember why I gave them a low before is because I thought that she was stronger than that.
Yeah, she's not. You can see she's not.
I thought
Here's what I think we should do. Like the final week before decision day, when we give our final predictions of who's going to make it, we need to lay down some bets. And I ain't talking about no monetary bets. We need to lay down some bets.
I'm giving them an 88.
Who? Rachel and Jose?
Yeah.
I would go higher than that too. I mean, she's to me, this solidified to me that he can do what he wants to her, because when that day when she said you will not talk to me, I was like, bravo, that was my girl. The last 3 weeks since that has happened, total downhill.
You're right on that one.
Total downhill. She totally has disappointed me.
Yeah, you're right. He can do whatever he wants at this point, and she's
whatever he wants. Girl, you know
we'll provide
whatever he needs.
I can't. I'm gonna stick with my number though, because shit might change. It might pop off next week since you said it was the getaway. So I'm gonna leave my numbers as is, and we'll see what happens on the pop off next week.
I will just say, even for anyone listening, that next week looks like it's gonna be some shit going down.
Some shit going down.
And listen, we'll just say on our YouTube channel, don't be giving us we don't need no spoilers. I don't need that bullshit.
Oh, so I think we've already seen
us and comment all the time frequently. Don't give us no spoilers. I don't need that fuckery in my life right now.
We've already seen what I think some of what's going to happen. We already know. So it's what we've been waiting for. What is it? Hurricane Michaela, they call her on Twitter.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. We saw that in the beginning with Hurricane Michaela, but now it's like, who's gonna be the root of that shit? Is that gonna be Michaela's bullshit or Zach's bullshit? So I'm going in clean.
But the thing is, even if it does come from Zach, again, she takes it to a level 10. Like if he said something that upsets her or whatever, when are you going to learn self-control, Michaela? She has no self-control. She's like, she's just insanely crazy. I just don't understand. I don't know how she's gotten this. I mean, I would really like to see how she is in an office setting, dealing with all those type of different personalities.
I think in a business, in a professional setting, she's fine because it's not involving her heart. It's business.
No, but it's criticism too. Like the thing is, I don't think she can take any type of criticism from anybody.
No, I think she can. I think she can when it comes to her siblings and work. Some people, like crazy people, sociopathic people like that, can turn that flip. They can flip that switch in a minute and be like, "This is work. This is."
Well, you might know. I don't know that.
Exactly. Listen, I know. I can flip that switch in a minute, but when it involves people that I supposedly love or that I want to be romantically involved with, and that's a whole nother different nut. Hence why I'm by my fucking self.
I don't know. I kind of vision her. When I think of Michaela, I just think that she has issues all the way around. And I don't think that she gets along well with anybody that criticizes her. I don't think she can take it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just, again, like I said before, and then we can end it, but I just think that her, with her dad tragically dying and her being so much younger than her older siblings, that they coddled her and they didn't do that girl no favors. So now, she's damaging shit, when she destroyed the fact that she smashed the Clorox wipes container. I'm like, bitch, we in a pandemic. You can't smash that shit. People are killing each other over that shit in Costco. You just smashed it on the table. What's wrong with you?
And that amount of anger, I just don't understand it.
I know. I mean, I've been angry. I got anger issues, but I ain't never been that angry. I mean, I've been that angry, but I've never destroyed shit. I'm not breaking up shit.
I did try and run over a trailer one time, but
so really? You're gonna have to save that story for another for our Hot Topics podcast because I need to hear that shit. How the hell you running over a trailer? Like a motorhome or like a trailer park?
No,
trailer?
one of those cheap ass trailer homes that people live in. That somebody was cheating on me in that fucking
in a trailer park. Oh hell no, no, we won't end this shit right now. Okay, everybody, look at here. Thank you.
I was young.
You was young, and guess what? And he deserved all that bullshit. Fuck that mother. Oh,
that's funny. But anyway, all right. So that's it. Until next week.
Until next week.
That will make up for this boring. I mean, it wasn't boring, but it didn't have like the real connections that we wanted.
Yeah.
Johnny's a dick.
Yes, he is. Let's leave out on that.
And one. We like that stash there, Christopher. Love that stash. Like that whole
looking all 70s.
Yeah, you need to get the what is it called when you do the
handlebar?
Yeah, the handlebar mustache.
Handlebar.
Oh, is that what it's called? The handlebar?
Yeah, I don't have enough hair to do that.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't.
Unless it's for a movie.
Unless it's for a brawl.
Or a TV show.
All right, girls.
All right.
Love you guys. All right. We'll see you next week. Bam, 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 down. Ooh, where's my mouse? Bam, bam, down, 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 down. Oh, gotta go up here. Bam, bam, boom.